Some AEW news and notes for this week. First up, Jeremy Padawer of Jazwares announced the lineup for the Series 4 AEW Unrivaled action figure series. It includes Santana, Ortiz, Matt Hardy, Cody Rhodes, Kenny Omega, and Sammy Guevara. So Santana and Ortiz and Sammy Guevara will have their action figures for the first time. Mrs. Matt Hardy's first time as an AEW guy. And of course, Cody and Kenny, this will be their second action figure. So he also announced that there's going to be an Unmatched series coming as well. Stay tuned for that. So you'll have Unrivaled series action figures and you'll have Unmatched guy action figures as well. Give me them all now. AEW announced the Women's World Championship tournament on this past Dynamite. So the number one contender to the AEW World Champion, of course, Hikaru Shida, is going to take place. Interesting. That is the World Championship Eliminator Tournament, and there's an American flag on the left and a Japanese flag on the right. Who will be the number one contender? We will find out soon, but it's definitely something pretty cool coming down the pike from AEW. Tony Khan was on the oral sessions with Renee Paquette, Mrs. Moxley, and they spoke about what's going on with the third hour of television. He said, quote, "I'm really excited about adding a third hour of television. That's going to be the most important thing for us. We've accumulated so much talent and depth and being able to showcase all of our great wrestlers," close quote. Khan then said that the third hour of television will not be a third hour of AEW Dynamite, and it will not be on Wednesdays, but it will be a third hour with Time Warner Media and get a great exposure for them. So they're keeping dark. They're doing something with Time Warner for this third hour, and he says he's still sticking with the 4 pay-per-views and everything going forward. So the question is, where is this new hour of television going to appear? And you would think that they have to make an announcement very soon. Tony Khan recently talked about, with Renee Paquette in the Oral Sessions podcast, where this whole idea of the partnership between AEW and Impact came from. Tony Khan said that Kenny Omega asked him about it and that it was an idea he thought was great. Khan then said he gives 100% of the credit to Omega, quote, "He asked me about it. I love good ideas. This was something Kenny brought up that I thought was a great idea. I give Kenny 100% of the credit." Khan then talked about Kenny showing a different side of himself and showing people a different character and so on and so forth. So it was Kenny Omega's idea to merge, do some stuff with Impact Wrestling. Tony Khan liked it, and that's where we're at today. Too sweet, woo woo. I hear people say that all the time. AEW files to trademark the Too Sweet term. So currently they're in the process of acquiring the rights of Too Sweet. On January 11th, AEW started legal proceedings with the United States Patent and Trademark Office to acquire such rights, according to Heel by Nature. It's understood that they filed the trademark for merchandise and entertainment services by a professional wrestling or group. Where does this lead? This is not the Bullet Club. Now, wrestling fans of a certain age will know that the Too Sweet signature was created by the Click, featuring Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Kevin Nash, and Scott Hall. It was then used by the NWO Bullet Club and is now currently in AEW as well as Impact Wrestling, with the Young Bucks, Good Brothers, and Kenny Omega doing it. We'll see if they can knock down this one. God, could you imagine the Bullet Club coming to AEW? That would be huge. AEW's schedule for the next couple months, there was some reports that maybe they would move to Miami. Well, it looks like they will be continuing to have all of their shows and everything take place in Jacksonville, Florida. That will remain their home starting next month, or this month. Based on a report, AEW planned on moving to Miami for their weekly episodes for Dynamite and Dark for the month of February. It was also reported that the company's Revolution pay-per-view would be taking place in Miami along with the Beach Break. An announcement was also made this past episode of Dynamite will be taking place, talking about a February 24th episode in New Jersey. That has been rescheduled for September, so this means basically they're staying there. Sources with AEW said that their shows will remain inside Daly's Place in Jacksonville for the, quote, indefinite future, close quote. when we will get the first shows outside of this. Maybe April and May they would start moving around once the numbers start to go down and people start to get outside more and maybe being able to do events outside. But the fans are still coming for Jacksonville. And if I lived in Jacksonville, I'd be going for every taping as well. So get out there, Jacksonville. Go to some shows. You're going to have a couple more months of it. And then it's probably going to be a long time before they return to Jacksonville.